So there was this girl who I had a major, major crush on all throughout primary school and then a little bit into secondary school as well. Now I was quite a shy kid. I was very skinny. I didn't really have much going for me. And can you take just a little guess as to whether I actually ended up dating this girl? Bearing in mind, once it got to high school, I think I spoke to her about twice. You see, I always watched movies, like Spider-Man and stuff like that with Tobey Maguire. Sorry, itchy nose. If you've watched Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, loads of like Disney films, all those kind of things, and they all portray this kind of character of a guy who falls in love with this girl, like the girl next door, and he looks over at her, when she's not looking, almost like stalker behavior if you think about it a bit more deeply. Sorry, I got a very, very itchy nose for some reason. Do apologise. And because I'd absorbed all of that content, I sort of went about it that way. I thought, if you don't talk to her, if you don't, if you're this guy in the background, then she'll come over to you, right? Never happened. And there was at one point where I was walking like down to my lesson or something, it was like geography or something, and I saw her walking like on this like extra, like this other platform bit, as in like she was walking up these like stairs or something, and I was like down here, right? So it was different levels. And I saw her, and for some reason, sorry, I got a very itchy nose, holy. For some reason, I pretended to be sad. I put on this persona like, oh, I'm sad, no one likes me, I've got no options, there's no girls for me, no one finds me attractive. Like, I don't know why, and I don't think it was even conscious, I just did that, right? And it's like, well, why would anyone want to date you if you don't want to be dated, if that makes sense? I was putting this ideology in my mind that no one wanted to date me, and that basically just repulses everyone. That repulses women, it repulses guys. Like, it's just, it just doesn't make any sense now that I look back on it. And I wasn't like one of those guys who were like, oh, come save me, I'm super depressed and lonely and stuff. No, I didn't really say anything, right? But just that persona, that's what emanated from me, right? And it's just, take a look at yourself and think, why would anyone actually want to date me? Why would a girl look at me and think, yes, I want to be with that guy? Just why? What have you got going for you? Because back then, I had nothing going for me, right? I was super shy, I didn't talk to anyone, so I never like engaged in any conversation. I was really timid, so I'd like cry at everything. I was super skinny, so there's like basically no protection for the girl. It was just, and all I did was play like Fortnite all day. Like, why would a girl date me? Right? So you need to think about it yourself. And if you progress in life, then there's obviously more chance of you getting this girl. Like, I know this is obvious, but hit the gym, start talking to more people, start talking to more girls, quite literally, so you get used to it. Upgrade your social skills, start like building an online business, then you can make money online, and then you can live the vibrant lifestyle, and suddenly you've got this like whole circumference of what a woman would want, right? And then if you can add like love, like actually how to love a woman, I don't know exactly how to do this yet because I haven't done it, then you can get like the whole shebang, and then basically they're just like falling into you, right? But over the past few years, I've leveled up my attraction phase. I'm not trying to do this like, oh, look at me, I'm crazy, I'm cool. But I upgraded my looks, I upgraded my style. I know I'm wearing like this right now, but I'm inside. I'm indoors. But I upgraded my style, I upgraded my hygiene. I tried my best anyway. I basically upgraded everything to do with how I look and how I present myself. And I noticed that suddenly more girls are attracted to me, and also eye contact. I tried to improve my own eye contact because before I was hopeless at that. If anyone, especially a girl, looked at me, I'd be straight out the way. No chance of me looking at them, right? But when you level up all these different skills and you can suddenly look at a girl in her eyes whilst talking to her, then it doesn't always mean that you need to be they need to be attracted to you. This can work for guys as well. You give them a strong, firm handshake and look them in the eyes while they're talking to you. Just this sense of confidence, not arrogance or cockiness, but confidence in yourself, right? And that's the persona you emanate or emit. Is that the right word? Emanate? Something like that. Anyway, I've got the attraction bit. Obviously, I've still got things to. I've got like acne still, and I want to change. I want to get bigger arms. Whatever. I can still upgrade that, but also I've been working on my social skills. So I've got like a habit tracker where I tick off stranger as like a box to tick off, and basically that means I need to go and talk to a person that I don't know every single day. That's like part of my habits. So I just got a little bit of a sore throat. And as you can imagine, if you can talk to loads of strangers, including females, then talking to females becomes lots easier. So I find now that I find it easier, I won't say easy, but I'll find it easier to attract girls and then easier to talk to them, right? So I've leveled up this skill. And at that point, then the girls are more likely to want to be with you anyway, right? Because instead of being like the little shy, sad kid in the corner who plays video games, now you're this like strong, confident guy who can actually go about his day with some purpose and mission in his life. If you have, I've also noticed that the Sigma male grinds that, you've got your headphones on, you've got your hood up, you're not talking to anyone, I'm on my grind, I'm hitting the gym every day, I'm going for runs. Nice. But if you're not actually going to talk to anyone, if you're not going to interact with anyone, then a woman wouldn't want to be with you because they'll never actually see you because you're always working, right? I think there's a fine balance between work and social time. I'm not exactly sure how that works yet because I'm not currently in a relationship, so maybe take everything I'm saying with a pinch of salt. But I'd say that if you need to have some sort of work. When I had my first girlfriend, I was just with her like 24/7, right? I'd never be like anywhere else. I wasn't working on anything. I wasn't, I'd go to the gym, and then after the gym, then I'd go see her, and then basically I never had any time for her to miss me. This sounds like all like red pill and stuff, but you need time away from each other to enjoy the time together. But then you also need that time together, right? So you can't just be working, and you can't just be with her the whole time. It's got to be in between somewhere. Also, upgrade your standards. You see, I put this girl who I had a major crush on, I put her on a pedestal, right? And you might have heard this before, but I put her on a pedestal that was like right into heaven and everything, right? And I was all the way back down here. And I thought of her as like God. I was like, whoa, she's like so amazing, oh my God, in so many ways. And of course she was, she's a lovely girl. But if you put yourself down here compared to her up here, then again, the way you carry yourself, the way you talk to her won't be as authentic as possible. Because say you take one guy who is interested in this girl, puts her on a pedestal and is basically like madly in love with this girl. Wow. Compare how he would talk to her compared to someone who isn't interested in the girl and just sees her as a mate. It would be like, oh, how you doing? I'm trying to think of just a random conversation on the spot, but they just get into conversation, right? Whereas the kid who puts the girl on the pedestal, he will probably never talk to her. And even if she did talk to him, he'd go, yeah, yes, yeah, no, yeah, yeah. And you get this sort of, this weird energy from you. I've noticed this before when I've found a girl attractive. You sort of like go all shy, your face might go red, you start sweating and stuff, and you start panicking, right? And that's not going to be attractive, unfortunately. So everything that you've seen in these like Hollywood blockbuster movies or anything, it is probably wrong. Not all shows, not all films, but the majority of them show this idea that if you just wait it out, then the girl will break up with the jack and then come over to you, and it just doesn't happen, right? It just doesn't happen. That's not how life works. So upgrade yourself, but I'm not saying go it alone, king. Upgrade yourself in terms of muscle, attractiveness, all those kind of metrics, right? Upgrade business, that kind of thing. And then you can upgrade lifestyle as well. But then also, alongside that, upgrade your social skills and actually speaking to people. Because imagine you've upgraded yourself to this absolute Chad, right? You're at the point where you've got like a masculine jawline, your skin's perfect, you've got a perfectly Greek god physique, you know, you've got like millions of pounds in the bank, you're living in like, I don't know, Dubai, Bali or something like that. You're like, whoa, I've got such a sick lifestyle. But then you can't talk to girls. Imagine a girl comes over to you, this like woman of your dreams or whatever, you're 10 out of 10. You've got all this stuff to show her, to bring her into your world, and you can't speak to her, and you still like clam up and go shy and start sweating. So you need to upgrade your skills, your social skills alongside it. That is one of the things that I have taken a long time to realize. Now, what a lot of guys do, including myself, is because they put themselves down here, they set their standards down here as well, and they basically take what they can get. You might notice this with people in public. You know, you have, I don't want to say this, but say you use the metric of out of 10 girls, right? I'm just saying it just so you can understand, right? Please don't cancel me, please. You might have like a 5 out of 10 guy, and they've gone with like a 3 out of 10 girl or something. And you're like, well, why didn't you go for a 5 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10? And it's just because they took what they could get. Maybe it's the person in the hometown. Maybe, for example, in school, there's only one girl who finds you attractive, right? Rather than waiting it out and thinking, no, I'll just wait until I have this like perfect girl, until I've got myself to a stage where I can attract this perfect girl and then get this perfect girl. I can't be bothered to wait till then. So I'm just going to go with this girl who I'm sort of into. It's like, whatever, she's a bit annoying and she's, you know, shouting at me all the time. I'm just going to go with her because all I can get, really. Like, how sad is that? How sad is that? And setting your standards incredibly high is one of the best things I can say to do. Absolutely one of the best things you can do. Because if you set them too low, sorry for the change there. Someone literally just came to the door and dropped off a parcel. Fantastic. I was all like mic'd up and everything. Anyway, what was I talking about? So basically, just to sum up everything that I've just said, set your standards very high and build yourself up until you reach yourself those standards. So say you want this perfect girl who is like super feminine, she's super loving, you know, she's got like a perfect physique, she will be like a brilliant mother, all those kind of things. You need to get yourself to that position to equal her, right? So you can't say, yeah, I'm going to set my standards high and then keep yourself down here at like a 5 out of 10. You need to build yourself up to this point where you've got like the business, you've got the body, you've got the social skills, you've got the attractiveness, you've got everything, right? So that you can equal her, and then she'll be attracted to you, and boom, right? Same way, you can't build yourself up and still keep your standards down here. You need to go up and stay there. Sorry, this video has been a little bit all over the place today, but that's just some insights that I've learned over the years that I found very useful. I have not found my perfect woman yet, but when I do, then I'll teach you everything that I know. And as I said, take this with a pinch of salt, because I'm not in that situation where I am with my perfect dream woman or whatever. So I just thought it's quite valuable information. And I will see you soon. Good night.